Now I ask you a little bit surprising question. Do you like black and white movies? And if so, which of them is your favorite?
I just saw Casablanca the other day again. That's the one that's in my mind, which of course, is a classic. So I'll have to say that. But North by Northwest was amazing. Was that in black and white? That's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. So anyway, I would say Casablanca.
Yeah, that's a great choice. But I'm asking you about black and white because the Museum of Modern Art is white, but the TR Warsaw Theater will be black. So I can see the renaissance of black and white movies in a cinematography, and that's great. But I wonder if it's the same in the field of architecture. The question will be, do we need a minimalist architecture nowadays in the, let's say, overstimulated times? Is it remedy for overstimulated times?
I don't quite think about it that way. I think we wanted to make a strong, simple building there so that the work of architecture would not overwhelm the works inside, but that it would be strong. And by the way, the reason the theater is black, I went to see so many performances by TR, and it was all about this room where the theater was being very dark, like a lot of shade and shadow, so that in fact, between the lighting, the sets, the actors, the audience, it made them more present in the space. So the building is just not arbitrarily black. That handles these performances. It comes from the idea of the classic black box, that people speak of, where the actors and the lights and the sets are present in the experience. And so that building is not only black metal, but it's black inside too. It's everywhere. And so that brings those activities more present. And so hence, the museum with its vitrine of light and it makes the art there more present. In essence, the theater is a much different experience. And so hence the black and the white.
We all know the sentence that first we shape buildings and then buildings shape us. How do you imagine the Museum of Modern Art impact on the visitors, on the users? But let's talk a little bit about a broader context, how it will influence the city, the artists, tourists, passerbys, etc.
Well, I love what I do love after it's finished now. I just love the presence of this building, how it looks. This white, solid work of architecture in this city is symbolic as it sits next to the palace, as this voice. It doesn't look like a work of commercial architecture. It doesn't look like a building that the government owns or inhabits. It looks to me like there is a kind of spirit here and a voice. And so when I first came to Warsaw in 2014, I had only planned on staying because I was being interviewed for the project, only planned on staying for 2 days. I stayed for a week. And I felt this, I really felt this. I felt this amazing renaissance that was happening here. This kind of cultural shift, this kind of excitement this kind of fever for this voice to explode. And I think now that you see these rooms, they're empty now. And now it's up to the curators and the director to fill them with this voice. This is just a container. It's a container of light and also a container of art. It's a place where people meet. But now the art is going to be able to change for generations. For 100 years, the art will go in and out of this building. And with that art, this is just a frame. It's a frame for these works, for this voice. It's a frame for that. And so this building will be an active voice for visitors, for tourists, for people who live here. I hope it becomes a meeting place, and I think it will. It will become a meeting place. That entire central part of the building and the entire ground floor, they're all social spaces where people can meet. People can meet in the auditorium, in the cafe, in the education space. On each one of the floors, they walk up and down the stair together, and it will be a meeting place in the city, a new piazza, a new place for people.
You mentioned collaboration with Buro Happold, and I think it's meaningful because this building could be erected thanks to the various partners, City of Warsaw, APA Wojciechowski, Buro Happold, construction company, Warburg, and many others. How would you assess their input to the final result?
It was a huge collaborative process. I mean, we could have never gotten this building built without the help of these partners. The City of Warsaw has been amazing. APA has been amazing, Buro Happold, and all of the consultants. We had fire consultants, all kinds of consultants that came in to make the building. It was a real team, absolute team there to build it. Nobody ever built a white concrete building like this before. Nobody had, the mechanical engineering behind keeping the temperatures stable inside these 7.5 meter spaces. Getting this sliding facade built, there was a lot of innovative engineering that went into making this building.
You mentioned many architectural features of this building, but I would be glad to, if you could elaborate more about architectural innovations. What kind of technologies were implemented in this building?
There was a lot of mechanical ingenuity behind getting the temperatures to be stable, behind zoning the building so that you could turn on and off particular areas. There are a lot of energy-saving features to the kind of sustainable features in the building. Structurally, of course, getting those columns placed down amongst the subway and getting the vibration under, every time a subway car passes, there's a lot of vibration there, and getting that under control was a huge part of that. And as the building went up, the expansion and contraction of this building with the vibration, with these long spans, with concrete, very, very difficult engineering task. So it was a real partnership.
Mm-hmm. One more thing.
Yes.
We are meeting among young people today.
Yes.
During the 4FutureDay. So there are a lot of young architects who probably look forward to create impactful and meaningful public spaces. What would be your advice for them? And could you share any lessons from this project that aspiring architects may find valuable?
I think an architect has to have patience, which you don't learn early in life. You think, I'm going to have an idea and I'm going to build it. No, you need to keep searching and searching and searching for the right. You need to spend a lot of time on the site talking to people who have maybe occupied this place, talking to the persons who are going to occupy it. You're building something with them that has to be tied to its place. And you need to have that search continue. So it's not the first idea, it's the 10th idea. It's the 20th idea, because you learn and you don't stop learning even as you build the project. You know, there are little things you do just to keep working and working and working.
Thank you very much for this conversation.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
And my congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.